Hey there, Universus. Whew, what a week it has been. So much news for so many different facets of our game. We've got a lot to get into on this pre-show. But before we do, I'm Levi, and I am joined by two of my lovely casters tonight, Mr. Barrett Bryant and Kyle Wright. Barrett, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm great. I feel like it's been forever. I feel like I haven't gotten to talk to you much, Levi. It's a busy holiday season. I'm working, you're working, Brian's working. So, with the holidays coming up and everything, I'm excited to be back and in front of the camera. I can't wait to watch some universes today. And I think we got an exciting one leading into our holiday season and the new year. So I'm excited.
Yeah, a lot of new things going on here. Kyle, how about you? How's been your life of Universus? You enjoying a back alley haymaker free world?
Oh, it's glorious. It's glorious. The sun has shone upon me. That last update was what made me so happy as a player of slower decks. Um,
You can say Moneta player. We know it's okay, Kyle.
you're gonna make me say the M word. The M. Are you kidding me?
Oh man, well glad to hear things are working out, man. Let's get into this pre-show, guys, because we got so much ground to cover. First off, we're gonna normally you start with the biggest things first, but we're gonna take things chronologically so that we can build up this hype here. We have a lot of articles lately, a whole lot of them, and the first of these bad boys is they always ask what is Challenger Series, but they never ask how is Challenger Series? Guys, we've got this whole new product type coming into our game here with these new Cowboy Bebop and Trigun Stampede pre-constructed decks. And so to clear up some of the questions following them, we've got an awesome article from our internal teams here, just essentially explaining, pre-constructed decks aside, these are not clash decks, right? We got 60 cards, we got 2 characters inside of them, both you can play as on the same deck. Challengers are bringing a whole lot of new elements when it comes to our pre-constructed world, and so you should go educate yourself if you have not. Now, Barrett, Kyle, I know that you guys are in the mix like checks, always updated. My loyal casters of players. I got to know from these two bad boys, what character are you most hyped to sleeve up, Barrett?
It's got to be for sure the Spike and Faye deck. I mean, the fact that Kyle and I coming back from the universes of old, the fact that we get to bring this back into the game. I'm a big Cowboy Bebop fan, so I'm excited to see not only the new versions of Spike and Faye, but like a lot of them kind of even retaining some of their old identities that they had from the prior game, and if you've seen the Netflix live action one too, I was a fan. The music's always great. I can't wait to annoy all of my opponents as I sing all of the Cowboy Bebop songs as I play the cards on the table.
Okay, very, very, very nostalgic, Barrett. Kyle, how about yourself?
Oh yeah, I totally agree. I'm ecstatic about Bebop. I mean, Trigun's really cool. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really watched it, but it looks very cool, and I'm excited to watch it someday. But Bebop, I can't wait. I've got my deck box speaker ready to go, so I can blast music.
Oh my
I
goodness. Very, very cool. I'm honestly I'm excited for all these guys. These are all super cool new character designs, bringing a whole lot of new flavor in. I've got an eye or two on Wolfwood. That guy draws a lot of cards and heals a lot of health. Can't say I'm not excited to maybe try sleeving him up a little bit. Guys, go educate yourself because Challenger Series is coming soon. January 19th is when these bad boys hit shelves, and you could pre-order right now. Moving on, we've got a rather interesting article, actually. We reached out to a certain little group over at Oskaloosa Middle School about a game club that specializes in universes that they've got going on. So we did a little bit of a Q&A with Mr. Fash, the, so say, ringleader of the club who works at the school. He's a bit of a TCG veteran who strongly believes that TCGs foster really great social and learning experiences. It's a really, really wholesome, heartwarming article, and you should go give it a read. It made me a little nostalgic, honestly, brought back a lot of the memories, jamming cards in the school cafeteria, just slinging them on the bus ride home in middle school. Really, 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 really brought those memories back to me. I mean, I know you guys are some pretty veteran gamers yourselves. You guys got any nice school time memories of slinging cards, Barrett?
Absolutely. Funny enough, Kyle and I, having went to high school together, both being theater kids, whenever we were not on stage doing a scene ourselves, we definitely had our card game decks on the side, and we had somebody watching over our game state whenever we had to get called away for something. So maybe should have been paying a little more attention to what we were doing at the time. But tons of card games in the wings of the stage for us, or at the lunch table, just like you said. It really does kind of bring this it's not necessarily, I want to say, even just like a social click, as you would say, but it is a shared experience of friends doing a strategic, and I mean, the thing is that you get to express yourself every time you play a card game, no matter what it is in the deck building process or even in the decisions you make game to game. And starting young at middle school, and also shout outs to them. They're Midwest Oskaloosa in Iowa, Midwest, just like Kyle and I as well. So it's good to see that all across the country, not just in the major cities, but something in a small little town like Oskaloosa. Very awesome to see.
Now, Kyle, you got to tell me, who won more as a kid? Who beat the other up more? Who had the better KD when it came to the childhood card games on YouTube?
I'd like to say but it was me, but I would be a dirty liar. Eric's always been the better card game player. I've always been the one kind of trying to catch up to him. Not that I never got a game off of him, but Barrett's always been up there, and I've always been trying to match his level. But
a lot of 90
all of
matchups.
oh geez. Well, hopefully a lot of the folks over at the game club here with Mr. Fasher building many of the same rivalries. Very, very good social exercises our card games are. I think all of us can really attest to that. Now we're gonna get into the nitty gritty a little bit, guys, because it's time to jump into the head of Mr. Bill Stark with another game design article. He has dropped another one on us, and it's just kind of going over generally what it means to design our game, what the past year has been like for him coming into this seat, and maybe what some of the future years may hold. Honestly, it's a really nice little celebratory article. Feels like it puts kind of a good bow on the year of 2023 for Universus, just going over all of the changes we had. And, you can really feel a lot of the excitement for what he has to come and what he has planned. He's kind of got some really, really neat little teases in there that I think if you want to check out for yourself, you should go take a read. But for two guys to have been with the game for so long, it's been a very monumental year of change. Barrett, do you have some favorite changes that you've seen incorporated throughout 2023?
Oh, absolutely. And like again, if you haven't read the article, it's very insightful. It is very like you said, celebratory, because like a lot of these changes that have been made, and they describe it in the article set by set by set, all the way from League of Villains now to our jet burn that we have now. It's very much just like the things that they've verbally said in an article, and things that we've already noticed as players, and you're like, here's the actual text behind it and the idea thought process. And I agree. I mean, anything from like when the days of old when we would buy a rival deck and we got that one of, to like that's no longer the case anymore. And that to me is just one of those, it's very beginner friendly. It's so easy to show people to get into these games. So I would say for sure now with these starter decks, the fact that you can hand one and you need 2 copies now, it's so inviting to people to get into our game. And we already have the community that's already like that. And now the game itself is showing that, and that comes straight from the designers right here.
I just love seeing their brains tinker in general. But anything that really stood out this year to you, Kyle, as far as all of our changes are concerned?
Oh, it has to be the change to the way they approach SR cards. It's very cool that they kind of took this stance of, why is the highest rarity of our game some of the weakest cards in the game, and they kind of flipped it around and made the cards feel more valuable and gave us more of them. I think it's very, very cool that they looked at that and made that change.
I could not agree more, dude. The going up to 6 SRs, 1 a box, feels like a really, really, really great change overall. That's one that just like big kudos to product design overall. I'm going to cheat a little bit, guys, because my 2023 change officially starts on January 1st, 2024. I'm ready to go and look at my momentum all day. As the guy who's been trying to play the game from his momentum since literally day 0, I'm so ready to finally not have to stretch my brain muscles as hard. I'm also very excited for 60 card decks. Big 60 card deck gamer here.
Well, if we're
Guys,
going off that article, I say the change to multiple is my favorite then.
Retro gamer alert.
there we go. That's why we pay him the big bucks, baby. The old heads, the old heads.
Hey, I don't disagree with you though. The new multiple rule is very reminiscent to this Barrett Bryant one dot character I know.
Oh my
Oh.
god. Oh my god. All right, let's move on, my little egoists, because we've got two more big things on the dock tonight. Two of the real big chunky announcements in a week full of announcements. Organized Play 2024. The full info dump for the year of 2024's Organized Play has dropped upon us last night, and man, there's just so much to cover. We have a whole new point system. Regionals are invitationals now. Worlds is doubling to 64 participants. We've got several different formats implementing amongst all levels of play. There's literally so much to go over. We really just can't get into the nitty gritty of it because it would probably take us 3 pre-shows minimum to cover all of this work. So instead, I just want to revel in the excitement of this new year of competitive play a little bit. And I want to ask you guys, Barrett, what regional are you most excited to go hit up?
I'm not gonna lie, my East Coast boys, my family down south. I'm so excited actually for the Charlotte, North Carolina one because quite a few very prominent local game stores in that area. I do know Mr. Jacob Assur on a final round game shop, only about 3 hours away from that venue. And Charleston's actually my hometown. I was born there, so I could visit some friends. And hey, show up to a regional for one of my favorite card games, obviously, of all time. Not too far away from there. Super excited that for my East Coast boys.
Well, I'll be darned. How neat, Barrett. Kyle, what one are you going to be tearing up this year more than anything?
Well, I know it's not a regional, but I'm very excited to be returning to Dallas for nationals again. I'm just because, as you may or may not know, I'm moving back home. So it'll be great to be able to come back and visit everybody that I've gotten to know so well from Texas, and get to sling some cardboard with some friends that I've made since I moved here. I'm very excited.
You heard that, guys? Kyle's leaving me. Kyle's leaving me for
He's
Barrett. Going from Texas all the way back. But
I'm going back to my first love.
It's okay, because Nationals is going to bring us all together. I would say I'm excited to hit up any specific one, but I signed a little contract a few months back that says I got to be at the mall. So I cannot wait to see you guys at every single event next year throughout 2024's OP. Lastly, guys, amusingly enough, the final thing that we're going to talk about on this evening is the first form. Just like last time with Cowboy Bebop, Trigun, Stampede, and the Dark Tournament, we got a first form this morning that gave us our first in-depth look at Critical Role Challenger Series. And it was a little more information than we got last time. In this video, we saw all 4 character cards for the first time. We saw all of their alternate arts and a signature card for each character. The video is seriously stacked, and I'm really happy with how it came out. So I would love if you guys would go give it a watch if you haven't. But Barrett and Kyle, I know that you guys have already seen it, and so I have to ask you, just like earlier, of these 4 adventures, which one has you the most excited to sleeve up, Barrett?
It's got to be Vex for sure. I'll be honest with you, as a big tabletop RPG gamer, I have never played a hunter until recently in a video game I've been playing recently. And hunters have really gotten me that mix of like DPS, but also like utility spells. And I think Vex right away with her signature card that you showcase in the in the video, like it encases all of that right away. So Vex for sure has got my eyes.
Now, Barrett, hang on a second. I feel like I have to slow down and process and register this crazy revelation right now. You're telling me that you're excited to play a character that goes and finds an action card that in her card pool gives 1/1 to her moves, and then by committing herself, she gets to play a move for practically free.
I mean, yeah, that's also pretty good. But I mean, I was just here for the thematic sense. Kyle and I were talking about it because obviously, this is the big news drop from today. And it's just like, this is the closest that we're going to get to tabletop RPG adjacent content in our favorite card game, right? I can't wait to see what these attacks are going to look like, to see some iconic, maybe even like spells that you can cast in the tabletop games. Like that right there is so exciting, and I can play my hero character and do it. I'm so excited.
And so just once again, clarifying, it's not just because she's literally Tokoyami.
No, absolutely not.
No, I'm done
No.
messing with you, Barrett. I'm done messing with you, Barrett.
Hey,
Kyle.
three new symbols. 3 new symbols, man.
Unless you're Tokoyami too. Unless you're Tokoyami too. Kyle, I digress. Kyle, which one of these 4 adventures has you the most hyped?
Oh man, I cannot wait for Jester. Jester looks so cool. I love the concept that I feel it. I don't know the rest of the cards, but I feel the concept coming at me where her deck is like her spell book, and she's grabbing her different spells to try and cast whatever she needs at any given moment. And I think that's super cool. I've also historically been a giant fan of characters that give the opponent momentum, because I think playing into a strategy that somewhat negatively affects you is a cool concept, and finding ways to play around that is super fun. So I cannot wait to play her.
Jester's Earth Beast Golems are going to go really hard.
Oh yeah.
I would love for us to all have different answers, but as someone who is just trying to play the game for my momentum all day, every day, yeah, I'm super excited for Jester. That character looks really, really cool, man. That character is going to be so much fun to mess around with. And while it's not my cup of tea, I know a lot of people that love just like Casino Royale slot machine style decks that are going to have a blast with Not. And who knows? Maybe I'll even find some older Levi inside of Vax. Some card pool clearing, some weapon loving. Who knows? That's what's great about these challenger decks, guys. Is there's just so many different ways to play them. And just like with our Cowboy Bebop and Trigun Stampede Challenger series, you can pre-order these bad boys right now and be super duper ready for when they hit shelves on March 21st. I cannot wait to start showing you more of them. It's going to be an exciting reveal season. And if you really want, we had so much to cover this evening that, we might have breezed through some of it. If you really want the deep dive into all this news, make sure and check out all the articles and all of the videos from our website. But for now, guys, we got to get into some gameplay. We better make it a real good one too, because we are not going to have a WWW next week due to the holidays. I'm going to be napping. Sorry, guys. It's all me, actually. We have to take this a real good one. This is also, because of that, the last time on this stream that we're going to watch 50 card decks slinging it. So I am going to retreat right now, but I look forward to seeing all of you guys both in the new year and seeing my face down momentum. Guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.